I've got 3 minutes of recording left according to this. Exactly what I've been looking for. Cut my foot or something. Oh, I just teleported. Look at that from view. You can see a hell of a long way. Loch Ness monster. 25% of the Highland population. 1866. That was the shot right there. Oh yeah, a snow resort. It's a message from the aliens. Hi, I'm Walt, and welcome to the beautiful and intriguing land of Scotland. Join me on my biggest ever road trip around the far north of England and the NC500 in my 20-year-old DIY Renault Traffic camper van. There are lots of ups and downs, twists and turns, and plenty of hidden gems are uncovered along the way as I meander into the wilderness. In this episode, I spend 24 hours alone in a beautiful, secluded forest before making my way south towards Aberdeen on the west coast. On this journey, I also make stops at Inverness, the Loch Ness, and the Cairngorms, with a nighttime stopover along the way. I'm going to try out this camping shower. There's a few midges about, so I better be quick really, but it's dead quiet around here, so let's give it a go. Nice and stealth. I think you missed a bit. It's like empty already. Yep, definitely empty. That'll do. Righto. What should we give it? I mean, like, I washed my hair. It's quite short, to be fair. So yeah, no, that was fine. That was alright. It's just it used way more water than I thought. And I was getting attacked by midges by the end of it, so I sort of had to hurry up and bring everything in. But apart from that, I feel like I'm cheating. It's a camping shower, so... But every time I have a shower on the road, I sort of feel like I'm winning, you know? Because I look sort of like I haven't been camping, which is good. But there's no one here. I still don't know what to do. It's like 4:45. Could just chill another night. I've got to be nearly out of water now, I would have thought, though. Don't know. I'm going to have a cup of tea and mull it over. I'm just putting off sorting out all of my files on my laptop and backing everything up. I just really don't want to do it, but I'm going to have to do it eventually. I've got 3 minutes of recording left according to this, so that's going to be my deadline, really. So I've decided to stay. It's just so peaceful and lovely. Yeah, this is sort of what it's all about, really. Just kind of chilling in nature. So I'm going to have a very chill evening and catch up with you guys tomorrow, probably. Unless I clear all of the data on this phone. Before then, I cleared some of the data. I was still slightly surprised that I was the only one here, so obviously it was a good idea to just make the most of it for one last night. It's a long way. I think I might just walk down that path while the sun's out, and then I'll do my editing, or backing up. Got the old lumberjacket on the go. Doesn't go with the shirt whatsoever. I think this might be the quietest spot. And, you know, this is actually exactly what I've been looking for this whole trip, really. A pile of gravel. I think this used to be like a path, like a road, like a forestry road, but they've gated it over. So I imagine before they did that, you could probably just park here. I think the last 5 years, people have said that because of the NC500 and the camper van, since the camper vans have become very popular over the last few years, they've had lots of problems with littering and all that sort of thing and antisocial behaviour. So unfortunately, a lot of these really hidden places like this have been blocked off or have signs saying no parking or, you know, no unauthorised vehicles. Whereas sort of 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I don't think anyone batted an eyelid to the odd VW camper. I feel like the wind has already made my hair go all weird. I'm so vain. I'm always like half worrying about my van when I walk too far away. Probably should have put the wheel lock on it. Or half a wheel lock. But considering I haven't seen anyone all day. See, it's either good or bad, that. Because if one person shows up, there's sod all anyone else is going to do about it. But the fact that there's no one around suggests that probably no one will even know it's there. I don't think they'll be too worried about my van either, because it looks a bit shit from the outside. It's on for miles. I'm going to have to check on maps later and see if it actually terminates anywhere. It's another sort of dying bit of forest here. All going in the same direction, it's got with the wind on it. someone lent me those like wild swimming shoes that you wear to stop you from hurting your feet or whatever on the riverbed. And I tried swimming with them and I just didn't like it. I'd rather hurt my foot or like cut my foot or something than wear shoes, because that hardly ever happens, to be honest. In fact, I don't know if it's ever happened, but it just didn't feel like it felt more like I was in a swimming pool or something. Like it doesn't trigger that kind of like, whoa, what's happening feeling that you get. The very first time I went wild swimming, I think I was a bit like, I would be so self-conscious about like taking my shirt off or something, knowing full well that I don't have the perfect physique. But the more you do it, the more confident you get, and the more you realise that that's just such a load of rubbish as well, and it really doesn't matter. So obviously just having a shower at the back of my van 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I know there's no one here, but if someone had seen me, I wouldn't have cared at all. I just would have been more worried about them, having a go at me or something. But yeah, that's all I would really care about now. Maybe it's when you get older, you just look at things for what they are a little bit more. Being more in touch with like your surroundings and nature and everything is like, it's always good. Very freeing. And now it's time for my evening cup of tea. Just looking at the stars, or the clouds, pulling a face. Oh, I just teleported. And again. Just giving the wind an evil look. Stop it from tipping my phone over. Alright, I'm done now. Such a peaceful day. And oddly mild as well, even though it's like 7:30. I didn't know it at the time, but this is probably the final night of serenity on the Scotland trip before things get a little bit more action-packed again. It's just something about the colours as it goes dark. So nice just being outside this time of night, and it's not terribly cold. Guys, I just missed it on the camera. An owl sat down on the edge of that branch. These guys flew off again. It looked at me for like 20 seconds, but my phone wouldn't unlock, so I think my memory's run out. Look at that for a view. Doesn't get better than that. Just out my back window. The next day, I got back on the road. Liquid nitrogen. No, it's not that cold. These views are just... I've been driving along this road, this coastal road on the east coast, southbound, and the views are just absolutely incredible. You can see land in the distance, but I'm assuming that's mainland Scotland on the east coast, sort of towards Aberdeen over that kind of direction. So I'm sure that, I don't know how many miles you can see, but you can see a hell of a long way. I would have thought at least 50 miles. 51, I reckon. As I made my way towards Inverness, I discovered this abandoned farm and decided to stop over for a short break. Keep tripping over these wires. What do you reckon? Got no internet, phone signal or anything, but it's pretty lovely. I was going to go way further today, but I suddenly had to lie down for like 2 hours because I was so tired. So, I don't know. I might go to the next one just to see what that's like, out of pure interest. Loch Ness is situated just southwest of Inverness and is apparently home to the famous and much hyped Loch Ness monster, though I didn't actually see it, sadly. It's 23 miles in length, and in terms of surface area, it's the second largest loch in Scotland, after Loch Lomond. I didn't explore further round the loch this time, but I do intend to return. Inverness sits at the mouth of the River Ness, which we are currently looking at, and is one of Europe's fastest growing cities, with 25% of the Highland population living in the greater area. I thought some of the shopping now was kind of cool, considering it was near closing time, and I was almost the only person there. Some fake trees, just in case. There has been a settlement here since the 6th century, and it is near two important historical battle sites. This is Inverness Castle, although it was actually inaccessible on the day that I visited. St Andrew's Cathedral. Oh, there we go. The cathedral was constructed by the Archbishop of Canterbury, Charles Longley, in 1866. So you can't see it. And completed in 1869, minus two giant spires in the original design, due to a lack of funds. Built in 1593, Abertarf House is the oldest residential home in Inverness. And I think the neighbouring church here is a Presbyterian church named Old High Church. Just made for a really cool, kind of spooky shot on my way back to the van. So, we parked up in the Cairngorms. This is the first spot that I thought I'd look at. Although there are houses just to my right, I'm sort of a little bit out of sight. And also, it seems quite sort of posh and stuff, so it doesn't seem like you're going to get too much trouble. And also, this is a cul-de-sac. Like, that road kind of terminates a few hundred yards down there by the look of it, so I shouldn't imagine there'll be much traffic either, so I think I'm just going to stay here. Because it's already 8:30, so it's getting dark, and I was going to stop at the official darkest place in Scotland for a bit of stargazing, but it's all cloudy, really cloudy, and rain, so there's no point really. I might stop there tomorrow. It just depends if I want to keep going or not. But I think I'm gonna head to Aberdeen just because it looks quite cool and it's like a university city and it's like art gallery and things like that. So yes, that's a plan. Is wander around there because that looks quite interesting. And then kind of work my way down the coast to Edinburgh. And then probably that kind of terminates the whole Scotland tour, really. I might stop in Glasgow on the way back as well again, just because it was a bit of fun. And I might stop at the lakes on the way back to see if I can be bothered to go and find that infinity pool. I don't know, I might just stop there anyway, just because it was nice, like stay the night. That place I stayed at last night, I didn't film any of it. It was in Rosehall. Very quiet night. There was one other van next to me, but as I drove out, there's like no overnight parking signs everywhere. Didn't even see it. Although I had a suspicion because I saw this white sign, but like the back of it, when I peeked through my curtain, like after I'd settled in and stuff. And I thought, I'll just go and have a look. And as I got out of my van, someone started driving in, so I just got back in again because I thought I'd be stealth. And then I didn't bother going again. No one said anything. So yeah, got away with it. Don't think there's any signs here. Oh, what do you know? The clouds have gone away. But yeah, can't see anything. No stargazing tonight then. Still snow up on the mountain tops. I was reading about some of the mountains in Cairngorms, and they're almost as high as Ben Nevis, some of them. Or is it just under a kilometre? I can't remember now. But yeah, it's pretty cold up here still. You can see the snow on the mountains in the middle of the Cairngorms. That was the shot right there. What an amazing landscape. It's a little bit like a cross between Galloway and like some of the North Highlands with all those conifer trees. I found a ski centre. Look at this place, it's like a ski and snow resort. Oh yeah, a snow resort. It's got those like ski lift things that go all the way up the hill. But it all looks a bit shut to me. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it gets snow like for a few months over the winter or something. Maybe it's an indoor one or something. I was going to film, there was like loads of these wind turbines on the northeast coast of the Highlands. They just went on for miles. There was just like flat green fields. It looked a bit odd. And there was just loads of sheep farms everywhere. It was all a bit flattened, but it's still kind of interesting to look at. But I didn't film it, so... This is your panoramic shot area. Just in case it was unclear, it's a message from the aliens. Windows 98, does it say? There they are, a UFO. It's either that or a helicopter flying over the sun. Not sure which is more likely. This road is normally shut when it's snowing, because in the winter it's undrivable, unpassable essentially, because we're so high up. And I think that's why they've got all these like reflective barriers everywhere. So, and also the winds are quite high. But God, that was a bit of an incline just now. But we're sort of heading over towards the east side of the Cairngorms now, so. This is my Parkup for tonight. Bit of road noise, but manageable. I'm like just far enough away from it so that it's not really annoying. So yeah, it's my stone circle. I'm going to go check out the stone circle in a bit. I'm really tired. Oh God. Next time. If you enjoyed this video, then please do consider hitting the subscribe button, because it would really help me to continue making these videos. Ceiling of that. You get to know the good spots. And apparently there's 14 quadrillion.